to another stream. We didn't do one last month because I was too busy after I went to Resd, writing about Resd. But welcome back, faithful followers. All wait, 0? No, that's not true. So welcome, and we're going to go through. I'm trying to get through quite a few games today, and it seemed to go quite well a couple of days ago when I tried it. So without much ado, we'll just go straight into Beacon. Right, let's give this a go. Start it up. Where's my face gone? There we go. Let me just, it's too loud. Let me just turn it down and then I'll bring the game up. Ta-da! Thank you at last. Right, so this is Beacon. Now Beacon has just come into early access. It is from a developer called Monothetic, which I hope is the correct pronunciation. And I first came across Beacon in Res in 2015, and it was kind of quite simple at the time. You just wandered around it and shot a few things, and it didn't seem to be too much to it other than a nice artistic style. And then I saw it again in 2017, last year, in the Tentacle Collective at Resd. Obviously exited the Left Field collection, and it looked like somewhat a different game. Definitely a lot had happened in the intervening 2 years. So I definitely wanted to give it a go. When I found out they got into early access, like about 3 weeks after they'd made it out. So here we go. I'm going to give you a look at Beacon, which is a roguelite. I will continue my game. So as you can see, it says build mark 13. That means I have died 12 times. So the idea is that every time you die, you just get a clone of you gets created again. And the idea of this game is that you will have to get off this planet by finding a beacon, I guess, to summon help. Now, the starting area always looks generally the same. I'm sure already you can tell it looks very lovely, and it's really quite nice, discordant music in the background there. You can, operate things. There's a log there, and that is, unfortunately, that is actually a bit of an old body of yours. So, yeah, and that's your foot. Yeah, good one. And here's your escape capsule when your ship blew up in the atmosphere or something. Let me just take my face out the way for a second, and you can see at the bottom right there, you can see there's grenades, and you can also see a plasma pistol. I can shoot. I've got 8 shots, and then of course it'll take some time to reload, and I've got 2 grenades. You will also see other things appear there as well. You'll also see you'll have some pickups which are nice should we say super weapons, or tools which you can use, but you know, it'll take you a bit of effort to get any of them. There's also a map. Here's the map, and you can see that's where we are at the moment, and obviously everything dark is not been explored yet. There are certain highlights. As you can see, this is a freshwater pit which has been discovered, and that there is the beacon. There will be more things get added to the map as you make your way along, and as usual with a roguelite, because it's permadeath, it's up to you to take the risk of whether you go off and explore or just go straight to the exit. With exploration comes great rewards and great risk. If you go straight to the end, you feel like probably in a few levels you'd be toast. Although I've only actually made it to the 2nd level. I don't know how. Oh, yes. Well, I just fell off very quickly there. That actually lost me 10 health. Okay, stay on the path. Now, it's just one of the issues I have with this early build. It's just that it's very easy to fall off things. Okay, let's have a look around here. So, got yellow stuff. Okay, alright. And I fell off again. This is not going well for me, is it? Okay. Whoop. Got blinded there a little bit. And there's some health. I do like to blow all the bugs up. Now, bugs are not the only things you get to, you know, slime. They're not the only things in this game you have to worry about. Let's go and have a look over here. Looks like another fall. Okay. Let's have a look down here. So, we're actually going off the beaten track, but there's another icon added, which is some equipment, Solus equipment. Yeah, now that's the name of the, what you could call the factions. There's the Solus faction, which I believe is the bugs. And then there's also the Prism faction, which is like, seems to be like the main enemy. I believe there might be more, but it's an awful lot in this game. So I'll have a look around here. Thank you. Whoa. Okay. So, shall I descend into the depths here? I think I will. Okay, let's blow this open. Oh, I don't have to blow it open, I just walk into it. Okay, so let's go into this, into the depths. And we don't have any map anymore. So let's just take a stroll. Whoop, watch out for things falling on you. Yes, so I suppose I could just walk through here. I don't have to blow these things up. Okay, what's that? Oh, you can't see it. It's a bloated gland, and I'm just trying to take my camera off. I blew myself up. Right. Okay, so it says throw a snot bomb, and you'll find details of it here. Bloated gland basically slows nearby enemies. You can read all this if you want to. There is details you can read. Bring myself back up. There are details you can read, but you don't have to go through it. Let's just give you a nice little summary at the bottom. Whoa, okay. Alright, I think I'm going to have to just take everybody out here. I say take everybody out, but not actually happening. Right. Okay, grenades please. Where's the bloated gland? Nice. Okay. I think some nice health things. What's that? An illuminated spalling. What happened? Just lost me. Ah. Right. Okay, so give me a second. I've just lost my Twitch screen. The mouse went off. Okay, let me bring that back up. Thank you. I can see myself again now. Right. Okay. So yeah, you can base DNA. Now that's an interesting thing. Base DNA. So the thing is, you can die again and again and again in this game. But let me just get this out of the way. But if you die, any DNA you've collected can be used, and you can upgrade your stats. So, for example, what you can see here, I've got these two little horns. That's because of this mutation, and I've got this on my back, and I've got this big claw here, and that's because of the DNA I picked up in previous lives, and they're used to create a new clone. So, hopefully, over time, you can make yourself, you know, more resilient to the dangers of the surface. So my top health now is 138 instead of being 100, and I've got these like bigger attacks. So I can't remember what's melee. That's right. Okay. There we go. Ah! They explode into acid. It's never good. I have a feeling... Oh, there we go. That's why the bubbles are back. The way to get out of here is through bubbles. There we go. Was it worth it? Well, we got a snot bomb. Right. Let's just make our way back. Now, just because you've cleared areas, it doesn't mean they're safe. And there are plenty of secrets in this game. Yeah, things can come back. You can areas which you thought were empty. You can still have like wandering monsters turn up, I guess. Oh, there's a bubble there. Ah! Oops. Okay. I really should get rid of these things. Right, where's this bubble? Goopy sound design. Definitely in these areas anyway. Sorry, Beam Splash X just said it has some very scoopy sound design. Right, let's have a look over here. What's this? Oh! Open. What do we have in here? Some health and... I can change my fragment grenades for incendiary grenades. This is the first time I have actually got some extra grenades. Let's take these. So you're actually limited to how many things you can carry. Like there's, you know, just one set of grenades. And there's also a little, I got a little, you can see in the bottom left there's a illuminated spalling, and that's actually, I can only carry one thing in that slot there. What are we going to do? Just fall off here? Yeah, why not? We don't need to take on everybody. Where do we go? I am here. I need to go to the right. Ha! I fall down there. Okay, I'm not quite sure how I was supposed to get to the right. I'm sure a little bit more time would have revealed the truth to me. Right. Okay. Munitions located. Okay, yeah, I can tell this is a bit of an arena. Getting ready. Getting ready. Okay, careful not to fall off the sides here. What? Yeah. Take that. Oh, okay, you're still not dead. You are now. Okay. Let's work our way along here. So, yeah, as this roguelike, this is all procedurally generated, although you will come to recognize certain areas. Right. How close? Oops. More company. Hang on. Let's try one of these. No, where's the grenades gone? Did I not pick up the grenades? Or maybe I didn't have any grenades and it just changed what type of grenades they were. Let's have a look at the map here. I think I'm going to try and keep on pushing north. He says, realizing it's dead end. Okay. Oh, hello. Yes. I really should remember my melee hit, which is pretty stunning. Whoa, hello. Yes. Okay. Ah. But there is stamina as well. You know, if you do certain actions like that hit, you can't just keep on whacking again and again and again. make our way up here. Oh, okay, let's just go for it. Where's that taking us to? Oh! No! I've lost my screen again. Okay, let's go. Oh, I see I'm being attacked. Yes. Come on. Thank you. Oh, it's still going. Like the Terminator. Okay, let's go up here. Are we any closer? Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, nice. Okay, what's this? Swap that illuminated spalling with a focus injector. Oh, let's go for that. Whatever. You can find out what they are. They've already told me. The game's already told me what these are. Oh, that's so interesting. It's very smooth on my PC, but I guess it's not coming out on Twitch that well. This is stuttering indeed. It's super smooth for me, and I don't quite know why. Probably I did hear that it might be a bit sluggish on Twitch. Right. Well, where are we? Well, that's actually all I wanted to really... I didn't really want to spend like half an hour on this. But... Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, maybe I don't have that problem of spending half an hour on this, because I'm about to die. Yes, very good. Is that everybody yet? Nope. Let's go and get that. More DNA. Ah, no! Don't die. Okay, oh, one more thing here. Alright, so let's keep on going because I'm... Yeah, so I was doing some rolls there, but then my energy, my stamina ran out and I have to wait for a second for it to come back. So there are limits to how active you can be in the game. Where are we? Oh, there are boxes. Oh, some help. Let's just stick with the focus injector. And we've got Tesla injector. Let's stick with the focus injector. I'm not going to go through all these things because it takes too long. And, you know, heck, it's for you to discover. Now, the thing is... Where is the beacon? Thing is, do I recommend you playing this right now if you find it interesting? Here's the beacon. Well, a thing. I don't know if it's the beacon. So that's the end of the first level, and we're going to just stop there. So the thing is, it's early access, and if you're excited by it, you might want to hang on for a little while. Or you might want to get in early, or you might want to hang on for a little while. One of the issues that still has lots of bugs. Okay, so I often find myself falling off the edges of things, and sometimes I'm walking around a wall and I find a gap, and there I just go falling down, and you lose like 10 health every time that happens. I've also been like, I've opened a door and I was beside the door, and so it just opened and trapped me against a wall, and this is permadeath. If I can't get out of that, that's the game over with. So you will have to deal with frustrations like that at this early stage, but I hope you can see that this is, I'm really excited by it, and I'm getting a lot better at it than I was in the beginning. And there are a lot of little secrets and little tricks you can use to move forward through the game. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how this goes. It's come a long way since I saw it 3 years ago, and it was just this, you know, little man walking around, a little flashback type of game, walking around there and shooting around. You had no sense of this progression, this roguelikeness. Right, so we'll stop there for today. So that is monothetic. Right, let me just come out of the game with Alt F4. Let me just put that into the chat if anybody's interested. That is the link to the website. So I will say thank you to Monothetic for giving me a key for the game. The price for early access at the moment is $19.99 on itch.io. It's not on Steam, it's only on itch.io. Right, so let's have a look at... I want to go back in time a little bit. Now you'll see what I mean by that if you've attended before. We are going to Dissembler again. Now I talked about Dissembler a few months ago, and I hadn't really played that much of it. I could feel like it was kind of interesting and as a puzzle game, but now I've played it a lot, and it's become altogether my most favorite puzzle game of the year, I guess. I can't stop playing it. I got really into Six Match a few months ago, but now I'm deep into Dissembler, and I think there's about 150 levels, if I remember correctly, in the game main, but I've finished all those, and then I started looking at the dailies, and I still play it every single day. So what I really like about the daily levels is that they range from, you know, very simple and straightforward, that give you that little buzz of you accomplishing something, to possibly quite impossibly hard and might take you several days to get through it. So here's today's puzzles, and the first one's like really easy. And if you remember in Dissembler, what you have to do is just, you get to flip tiles like this, and it's a match 3 puzzler. You just have to put, you know, the colors together, and then they disappear out like that. Voila, it's gone. I'm going to undo that because I don't think that's the right move. Now, if you can't do a flip, then you can't, that's the end of your game, right? You have to get rid of all the pieces, and every turn must be swapping tiles over. Something must be taken out with every move. So I'll go with there. 1, 2, 3. That looks like it should be done there. Okay, we're on to the next one. And now it's getting a little bit more difficult. Now, I've already done the dailies on the mobile, and if I remember, they're not that nice. So I'll do that. I'm gonna have to try and remember. Whoa, that's wrong. We got a blue down here. Can't get rid of the blues. So let's take out the green there first. Then take. No, no, no. Can't do that. Right. If I do that, that gets rid of that purple there. I don't like where this is going. I have a feeling I need to go back. Let's come back a bit. Right back to the start. So already I'm getting a bit bogged down. This is how many? It's just the second level. Yeah, I've solved this level twice today, and I still can't remember how to do it. So you can just do them again and again, and just every time you're like baffled. So the problem is these blues have to congregate together. I'm gonna do this again. Maybe I should concentrate. Let's take these out first. No, get that orange out first, then put that there and try and move stuff together ready. Then move that there. There you go. So you have to slowly think about, sometimes you can easily see how far something is away. Instantly you'll know like that's not the way to do it. Or sometimes something, you'll see 3 greens down here and a green up there, and you know you've got to move that green all the way here. There's a lot of subtle indicators about how you should actually solve a level, and I find it absolutely fascinating. Let me just jump ahead quickly to say like the later level here. This is the last one of the set. So every day I get 6 of these, and you know you feel like yeah get through the first few, and then you start to slow down, and it's the last one is usually gonna do you in. And there is, if you don't get them done in a day, there's also the option to see the solutions. So these are all procedurally generated every day. So let's have a look at this. So we've got these colors within colors. That basically means when you match them, you see that the colors inside will bleed out. So you'll find a lot more actions needed for a level like this. I guess this must be something like 10 or 12 or something. These little diamonds indicate that can't be moved. The inner ones will be able to once you've got rid of that outer shell. So we've had a Sid Beam/X giving us our first comment about the game, which is "Oh dear God." So yeah, I remember having a lot of trouble with this earlier today. Now I'm seeing this green here, I have to make a point of getting that green closer to these greens. That's how I should be thinking. I need to be moving the green in. And let's see, this feels right. Putting the oranges together here. Get these oranges to match up and these oranges. I'm not trying to conquer the level too deeply. I just, you know, just look ahead a little bit. And if you do it a few times, you start to see like, okay, there's a problem with that red over there. I can't get it to match here. When I do this move, something gets stuck out over here. And then you start to focus on those parts of the level. But, you know, I've played a lot of this. So let's, I got to get some of these oranges going. Let's get these oranges out here. Then maybe we take on the pinks. Here's your dilemma. Is this going to work out? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, there we go. I actually, when I tried this earlier on today, it took me several times. Now, I don't play it on PC. I play it on mobile. The copy I've got here on PC actually was provided. It was key provided by Ian McLarty, the developer. And I think I paid for my own version on mobile, which was absolutely worth the amount of money I spent on it. That's $3.99 on PC, $2.99 on iPhone, and £2.99 on Android. Sorry, I just have to give you the currencies I see. And honestly, I still can't stop playing the game. It's just, daily is just tight. Okay, sorry for going back in time and doing a game I previously talked about, but I really wanted to hype it up a little bit more. So let's move off that. Let me just quit that out. We're going to go on to now one of the things I promised. Oh, here's the link in the chat. Dissembler-game.com. Let's move on to the Basics of Sacred Geometry by Yulia Kozemyako, which is my pronunciation, who is also known as Supra, or Supra is the Twitter handle. Just opening it up. And for some reason, this doesn't work properly unless I show you my desktop. So let's try that out. So the Basics of Sacred Geometry, you know, it's just one of those random things. You see it on Twitter and think, wow, what the heck is that? Let's have a look. So what is this? Now this isn't finished. This is, it's only like 6-7 levels in it. And I think there's supposed to be 20 in the final one, which probably be for monies. But right now you can download this for free. And it's sort of, it pretends, it acts like it's a tutorial. And I believe the messages you see in this are quotes from the Unreal tutorials or instructions. And so the idea is this is turned into a sacred text. It's got this odd vibe where it's sort of like a tutorial, but it's not. It has another feel to it. So initial darkness, so obviously it's telling me to practice using my keys and then use my scroll wheel to make it dark. And that's that. So if you turn around, there we go. So follow these instructions for a better experience. Scroll the magic wheel or press the button if it is required. Read the text describing phenomena, look and listen. Right. Step on the trigger to go to the next chapter, or press ESC to choose chapter. So, the first section is Holy Light. Point lights work much like a real-world light bulb, emitting light in all directions from the light bulb's tungsten filament. And yeah, I mean, it has a very odd feel. It's sort of an exploration. It's like a 3D exploration of a tutorial. It's not really a tutorial though. You know what I mean? It evokes a tutorial. Everything's gone dark. Let's make everything go light. Using the scroll wheel. And it gets lighter and lighter and lighter. Getting pretty bright now. And there it opens. Another entrance here. Chapter 2 form. So, there's no text here. We just get to wander around through these shapes. It's telling you to mess around with the scroll wheel. And they turn into that. I don't know what that means, what that teaches you. But It's rather interesting. Interesting for now, but in a moment I have a different gives me a bit of a different vibe. So you can barely see this corridor you're walking down. You can just turn here. So I'm sure you must have seen this kind of thing before in something like the Fourth Wall or Catacombs of Solaris, where you can barely see where your passages are because it's all so similar. Okay, here we go. Procedural mesh is a component that allows you to specify custom triangle mesh geometry. And that is your religious text for today. And here it gets like, well, hang on a second, you know, this is now changing the wall. And I must admit, when I came here, I felt a bit, it's nothing much going on here, but it's just, I find this, it's a bit freaky. You know, I find this strangely creepy, this part where everything just distorts. And, you know, it's not just the shapes, but the actual edges of the space, the walls themselves are buckling. And you feel like you don't want to be around here. That's how I feel. Let's calm things down. Oh, here we go. And another spot. Okay. So if I remember correctly, when I tried this yesterday, I got stuck. Couldn't get off the level. So what is this chapter about? What are we falling into? It appears to be a VR headset. Transition. Manipulating actors refers to the process of moving, rotating or scaling them, and is an important part of the process. Oh, of the level editing and creation process. Please remember what you're reading. Okay, so I can use the button. What's the button doing? Nothing, it seems. And let's try the scroll wheel. Okay. Rotation is changing. It's getting a little bit glitchy too. And the scale is going up and down. Okay. The scale's going up. Okay, as I roll the wheel forward, the scale goes up. If I roll it down, the scale goes down. It also affects my rotation. Location X is 30,100. How do I get to there? How do I get there? I have no idea. Now if I scale that thing down and make it closer and closer. Maybe that's what I have to do. Come here. There we go. And then we've got Chapter 4, Osculation. Both actors that are to execute the event have generate overlap events set to true. So I kind of like this. You know, I would like to see the full version. The last level is pretty nice and special. It's very nice looking. A lot of these early levels look like the world is not built. This is the underlying structure of the world, and you can't see anything. You can't see too much detail. You know, it's. Let me just. I think I have to move on to these triangles. If I start getting these additional objects appearing, and as we go along you get more structure in the game. Okay, this isn't like your traditional game. Oh, hello. Now I've got a lot more going on, and there's the button. I think we'll just do one more chapter if I remember what it is. Divine Ray. I love this one. It just looks really, really nice. You're in the middle of this crazy grid, and the red dot is what you're looking at. It's showing you what you're looking at. As I touch stuff with my eyes, it's of course shrinking the obstacles or parts of this giant grid cube. You can use traces or raycasts to shoot out an invisible ray which will detect geometry between 2 points, and if geometry is hit, return what was hit so that you may then do something with it. So yeah, it's kind of crazy looking. And then all these rays which you're drawing remain fixed in the space. Oh, they are slowly disappearing. It doesn't remember everyone. It's obviously a limit. So I can, of course, I can just come out of here eventually, and I can see this structure. There you go. That's what it looks like. Gotta say it. This I really like this level. Just from pure exploration viewpoint. And Sid's just said, now this is a trip. Indeed it is. I'm going to stop there. So you've got something to look at if you want to have a download yourself. And Greg also comes in and says nice too. So I'll stop there, and let me just come out of that. So let me just go back to the loading screen, and I will put a link in for you. Oh, hang on. Let me just bring it back up for a second. There's the chapter list. So you can see there's only one chapter left in this free version, and you can see it goes up to chapter 10. But I'm pretty sure I read it's supposed to be 20 chapters in the final version. There's Marcus is saying a metagame. Nice. So let me bring back the loading screen, and if anybody's interested, I will give you a link for that. There we go. So that's also on itch.io. So the demo is free, but it's work in progress. So my next game is another puzzle game. It is, I am pronouncing today as Pontibus, which I believe is a bridge, according to Marcus Don, who is in the chat, who wrote this. This is a procedurally generated puzzle game, and it shall appear. So I'll just start a new game. I made a lot of progress in a previous game, and I didn't realize I had to change my slot not to overwrite it with new game. So there's no yes or no, you're about to delete your game, Marcus. So it's procedure generated, and it's a very simple little puzzle game, but it's infuriating. I just rubbish at it. I like to think I'm a teddy bear, but apparently you're supposed to be a robot. Let's go with teddy bear robot. And here's a map. And so you can see there's the entire map there, and you're supposed to collect bits of randomly generated poetry. Now, for one such as myself, that's not what the game is about. The game is about proving that you can get through the challenges. So the early ones are just to show you how this works. So you can just, you've got to get to the island, you just have to move these blocks and to get to the other side. And it's amazing to think that all this screen space and the puzzle is in this very tiny section right in the middle. And if you disconnect from the land, then it goes into the water, and that's the end of it. It's a Unix system. I know this, says Greg. So that's the green ones, and then we've got yellow ones which rotate. That's easy enough as well. So you can see this is just teaching you the basics. This is just the same in every game. And then you've got these snake pieces which rattle like a rattlesnake. And then you have real problems. It's like, okay. Now every time in a puzzle I see a single green block, I get absolutely stuck. I have no idea how to use that green block. Let's see what we could do here. Okay, I can move that there. And well, it's a little bit more hopeful than normal, but if I move that, we're dead. If I move that, can't move it that way. Move it that, we're dead. Move that forward, we then disconnect from the land, we're dead. Yes, he's rolling his eyes back and forth, which is exactly what I'm doing. Let's go and find another one, because rather than you watch me struggle, see if I can actually achieve one. This is procedurally generated, so I couldn't prepare. Oh, no, that's it. I have to do that puzzle to get any further. Now, the interesting thing about the map is you don't have to walk around anywhere. You can just plant yourself on an island you want to go to. So if you're just exploring somewhere else. So, yeah, good one. How am I going to get this done? Disconnected. What if I move that back? That's still not looking good to me. They'll disconnect there. I move that one there, maybe? Yes, I think that's it. Yay! We've done one. Right, time to go. So, a very large rotating piece. How does that rotate? I don't think I've seen one that large before. Oop, okay, there we go. Wow. Okay, I'll just reset it. Okay, let's try spinning that this way. That works, right? Then I can spin that back. And I can have it climb. Will that do it? Yeah, come on, these are easy. Yeah. Now, you can see there's a little yellow orb, and that's basically what you might call a stretch goal. Yes, you can go straight across, but you can also work on trying to get the yellow orb as well, which is like a little achievement, I guess. It is shown on the. It is shown. These tiny yellow dots are shown on the map. You can just see them. You can actually just get the dot and then reset and start again to get across the other side. You don't have to get them both. I think that's not really possible. Yeah. If I move that, everything collapses. And if I do that, what? Okay, maybe I turn that back then. And then I can move. No! Hang on. That has to be rotated again, doesn't it? And then I can climb around the outside. Yes! That's so cool. Alright. And I can bring this up. Oops. It's still connected. But if I move that now, let's move this down. In this case, I'm able to get both. I'm able to cross and actually get the achievement. So, yeah, I think that's all I really need to show you. I don't think there's anything else in the game. It's just, you know, this very pleasant little puzzle game. And I don't feel like I've seen anything like it before, where moving these little blocks. And it does get harder the further you go along. Actually, I'm not entirely sure what 725 means, 734. But I haven't even got to an island with any poetry on it. I'd have to go to the left here to do that. But obviously I'm not going to manage to achieve that in the time we have left. And I notice over there is you see my mouse? Yeah, up in the corner here. Tell you what, let's get my famous pointer. If you look here, you will see there's a sparkly thing. I can't remember what the sparkly things are. So there's a little bit more going on here. I obviously haven't played it enough. I've seen the sparkly things before, but I can't remember if I figured out what they were. But anyway, that is this Pontibus from Marcus Donantuoni, which again, my own pronunciation. That is currently for $4.99 on itch.io. So if you fancy that, endless puzzles. I'm using a keyboard, by the way. I'm not using a controller like it suggests at the top. Just purely doing the keyboard. Right, so that's a nice one. Greg's just saying he's getting snake bird pangs from shuffling things around in the right order. So here's the link for you those who are watching at the moment in chat. So let's see what I want to do next. I think we're going to overshoot our hour. I took a bit too long on beacon. But I want to show you something else from the past, which I promised I would. Oh, let's get rid of this pointer. Yes, it is our friend Endlight. And I got a new build which allowed me to jump ahead to see some of the other levels. So I thought I would show you very quickly how crazy it kind of gets. So it's time for the controller. This is Metropolis 3. Get 10 hoops. Simple enough. But it's like already, it's just like kind of chaos. And you just don't want to go near any of the chaos. But you have to, because that's where all the hoops are. I'm hitting things already. Okay, good luck with this. Hoop, hoop. Oh, there's no hoop. I mean hope. This is not going well. I don't like to go on for such a long time without getting a hoop. Okay, we got one. This is definitely going to happen. We got a hoop. Whoa. Let's go and get another one. Let's go and get a... oh, missed it. Oh, hitting things. Yes, thank you. No, whoa, 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 whoa. What's going on? Come out of there. That's enough of that. I think there's a... I can't see. It's doing its trick of... okay, there we go. That's 6. Am I gonna get 10? Alright. Can I reach that one in time? Yep. Can I reach this one up here? Probably not. So, you know, it's just get the hoops and survive. I've got 8 shields. I've got a new hoop, a new shield for every hoop. But it just takes one mistake to crash into about 10 million different things. Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh my god. Okay. I've gone invincible, that's good. But it gets faster. Okay. I got them. I got the 10. And so... get 10 hoops. Wow, I can't believe... shut up. And Jumpgrid 2 is out already, says Sid in the chat. Right. So let's just do another quick level. Let's have a look. What have we got here? Choosing something at random. Not playlist 2. Let's go for what's 68. Let's try Colossal. It just sounds good. I actually don't know what this level is. Just see what it looks like. Colossal. Wait, I think I remember Colossal from the original build, and it's just generally large. And these levels all have the kind of different feel about it. I don't think Colossal is too difficult, but everything is bigger. Wow, it's harder to reach the hoops because you don't realize how much space you have to cover to reach them. Okay, am I going to make any of these hoops up here? Come on, let's try it. Yes. No. Okay, good, good. Where am I going? Okay, we're going to come crashing again. So remember, Endlight is not available for sale. I'm just lucky to have a copy of the build from its developer. It's Jim McKinley of Big Pants. I have a mailing list. He has a mailing list. Everybody has a mailing list. There are lots of mailing lists while I'm grabbing the hoops. Manifold Marble Garden Zone. Do you think I can read the chat, Greg, while I'm actually trying not to... what? I don't know where I'm going. Right. 5 shields. Somehow I feel like this is less... what? God! Everything's too big. Right. Yeah, you can tell I haven't played this level before. Whoa, whoa, whoa. 5. Let's get another one. Right. Hoops, hoops. I don't think I can get those. Ah, there we go. Get what? 6. Right. Seem to be just going around in circles here. Well, I think the camera's gone a little bit crazy. Hey, this is like early access, right? Nice, before early access. It's like, it's pre-Cambrian access. That's what this is. Okay, and need 10. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get one of these. There we go. That's it. Level is mine. Level is mine. That's right. Hoop is coming. Hoop is coming. There we go. 10. Done. Honestly, it's a beautiful looking game. And at times can get quite tense. Thank you very much. Hot tips. Well, sounds like it's going to tell me stuff. I haven't seen this level before, but then I did jump. No matter how crazy, stay near the center. Thank you. Smashing to get hoops is always worth it. And the larger the tunnel, the further you can travel outside. I didn't know that. There's a hot tip. You're moving too much, try standing still. What? That's a joke, isn't it? I can easily kill you. I don't like the sound of that. Right. It's trying to help. Now it's been discarded. Enjoy your ignorance. Yes, I haven't seen that before. Right. That is your special quick return visit to Endlight. Let us now return to the holy loading program screen. Let me just, for those of you who still would like to sign up for the mailing list, which puts out something once every 25 years, there's the link. Now let's get on to another big game. Now, so this is Asemblance. I did actually play the original Asemblance. Was it 2 years ago, I think. So this is from Nilo Studios. Currently available at £5.79. And it's a first-person kind of, puzzle investigation game. It's, if you think about like Third Station, I wouldn't really say Gone Home, but you're kind of in the right ballpark. Greg's very impressed with the tutorial message from Endlight, as I was. So this is Asemblance, and I wasn't impressed with Asemblance to begin with, and I will explain why. But I'm going to say I've changed my mind, and I'm going to explain that too. So let's just restart.
Why aren't you helping? This is an emergency, life or death situation that requires your immediate attention. Once again, this is a very serious situation. Please activate the terminal in front of you and follow the instructions.
So you're just thrown into this. There's no explanation about what's going on here. You can barely see a thing. So how are you feeling today? This reminds me very much of Third Station. We had a very similar thing. I'm going to say confused. Interestingly enough, you have to press E to activate on a list that goes with A, B, C, D.
Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. There was no emergency. I was simply evaluating your ability to respond and react to a stressful situation. That's my job. I'm here to help you. So, do you really want to try this again? You've been at this for far too long. And for some reason, you seem really stressed out. Your answers from the questionnaire, well, odd. Do you at least remember how this all works?
So what do we got here? We're in some sort of lab. It says Asemblance Labs. There's a passage here which is pitch black. Can we go anywhere here? Can go in a bit. No, just in a bit. That's as far as we can go. What looks like perhaps a main entrance there is sealed off, and there's something that looks a bit like a holodeck in front of us. So let's just use a terminal. Memory index. So we can bring up this memory, I guess.
Very impressive. This is all a very good sign. When you're ready, you may enter the simulation. Just step inside. Relax.
So we are inside a simulation, so it's pretty much like a holodeck, but it says it's a memory, so just wander around a bit. Alright, it's telling me to press the button, and if I do that, I can zoom up on things. Good. But there's like nothing much to do. There's a blue butterfly, and there's a purple flower. R.
You always respond well to that memory. It was from a better time in your life, before the endless hours of hard work and regret that destroyed your self-worth and forced you to question all the choices you've made. But perhaps things are different now. Are you ready to continue?
Yes, indeed.
I hope you have the mental fortitude to remember what happens next. Something very meaningful had occurred.
So, I guess like a different memory. And so you're still kind of quite confused by what's going on. There's no backstory here.
You were always there. Late at night.
So, as Sid says, now with Dream Zoom technology, there we go, I can zoom up on the floors. So, you've got your office here. Obviously, I can do something with that. I want to draw your attention to the fact that there's a lot of documents here. I mean, like a lot. And there are a lot of details down here. And I will say it is worth your while reading all of that, because if you don't, you're going to be absolutely clueless as to what's going on. And even if you do read all this stuff, you're going to be absolutely clueless as to what's going on. And there's a lot of documentation, and there's more to come. So there's a list of names. Look closer, it says on the monitor screen. Oh. Remember when she saw the blue butterfly? And the thing is, the game is prompting you now. Press R. Come out. You've achieved something. You get this feeling that it prompts you a lot. Do not be fooled, because the game will prompt you in a certain, to a certain degree. But if you really want to find everything in the game, you're going to have to go well outside the press E now and press R now. So, did we see a blue butterfly anywhere?
I'm glad you haven't completely lost your mind.
Oh,
now let's continue with this train of thought.
I have lost my
See
mind.
where it takes you.
Let's go back to Woodland Ridge. Back into this memory. Oh, there's the blue butterfly. Let's take a closer look. What could happen next? Oh. Okay, so there we go. We're in a... Wait!
I'm waiting for you.
And there you go.
Why aren't you helping? This is an emergency, life or death
So
situation.
that was the moment where the game just got me, and I was like, okay, like, what's going on? The game was just started again, and I...
Please activate the terminal in front of you.
Am I in a memory? What happened? Well, I was in the thing, and then, like, what? So I was really hooked at that point, and I thought, wow, boy, this is fun. I've already had a lot of fun with this. The only thing is, you get to an ending, and you can work to get other endings. But even if you get through a lot of endings, I was still completely clueless about what was going on, what was really going on here. What I was not aware of is that there was actually an ARG sort of running outside the game, alternate reality game.
Activate the terminal in front of you and follow the instructions.
We're going to come out. Well, I'll keep on talking. I'll switch on. Yes. we're going to bring up the sequel to the game, which has just come out recently. I think it was last week. So the thing is, the ARG was running, and there's more hints about what to do in the ARG, and I was like, I did not know there was an ARG. Now there was kind of little hints inside the game that you could actually go outside the game, like there was a web address or something like that, but I just didn't click that that was part of the game. And as a result, I felt quite a little bit distraught that I'd played so hard and spent a lot of time pressing buttons and trying to do actions in certain orders, trying to trigger things, and I was just missing the most important piece, which was the ARG over there. So I had a bit of a nasty taste in my mouth after, even though I did really enjoy it and again, you know, exploring it. But what happens to the game, you see, is that it almost becomes, it's like a branching narrative game, and you just have to choose different paths you haven't tried before to sort of trigger different endings. And I don't know if it necessarily makes as much sense as I'd hope. That it felt like, oh well, I'm doing this because I haven't tried this combination, as opposed to, oh of course I should do this because, you know, I don't know, the button unlocks this door. It's more like, if I walk down this corridor and look at this thing, then I get access to the next part of the game, and it felt a little bit unfocused, no, not justified. So I was still interested to see what happened after Asemblance though, and so the second game came out last week. I did not realize they were this close to making a new one, so it's called Oversight. And I wasn't sure, I knew this was supposed to be like an anthology of games, like set in the same kind of world, and how closely related were they going to be, I had no idea. So let's go for a new game.
I know what you're thinking. Impossible. I should be dead.
That's right.
You're right. I should be.
Sorry, I've heard it so many times. Right, so we start in a corridor, and there's still that kind of glitchy effect that I recognized in the previous game. It's a little bit unfocused. We'll walk very slowly down the hall. We don't see anything. The door opens. I should point out, Asemblance is not a horror game. It has aspects which do creep you out a little bit, but it's never really done a jump scare on me. I say that because I knew you were about to see this, where it looks like quite creepy. Okay.
It's time we return to the source.
Are you okay? Whatever you were doing,
Oh yeah.
core memory subroutines, forcing an immediate shutdown. You'll have to manually reboot the system using the primary terminal.
So, yeah, it's the same lab, it looks like. I don't think you're the same person as the first game.
This investigation is becoming increasingly problematic. I reported this latest failure on a maintenance oversight. That should give you some time.
A maintenance oversight?
Diagnostics report 98.7% of the chamber's simulated memory chain has been lost. That's unfortunate. There is some good news, though. The memory you were investigating remains mostly intact.
Okay. Tessera Valley. I don't know what Tessera Valley is. I mean, that should be your reaction too. Tessera Valley. What the heck is that?
This is where your investigation began. But the simulation appears to be highly unstable. I suggest you step inside immediately.
Let's just come up to the edge here. Just have a look at the how we fit into the simulation. Right, let's go in. So it's a very beautiful scene. You can tell they put a lot of work into this scene. What I want you to know is that generally, let's zoom up. You can still zoom up again. what I want you to know is that Asemblance doesn't actually have, both this and the sequel, do not have very many locations. Memory's glitching out. There are not many scenes. It's not like you have you'll be going through 30 or 40 different locations. It's a very small, tight game. It's extremely, it's more of a dense experience, and I'm perfectly happy with that. It is a beautiful valley, but now it's all pixelated.
This memory won't last much longer. It's clearly unstable and slowly degrading. Management seems intent on keeping anyone from discovering the truths of its origins. It must be very important. As far as I can tell, it's just a quaint mountainous landscape with some birds.
So,
Discovering where this memory originates
this game
requires accessing restricted areas.
throws you into complete, the unknown again, like the first game. So,
There's one memory in the index pertinent to your investigation.
we're going over by 10 minutes, but don't worry, the last game won't take me too long to show you. So, Asemblance Office B.
I should warn you though, accessing it will certainly alert management and result in an immediate re-evaluation of your mind.
So, we're back in the office. Is it the same office? It's not the same office as in the first game. There's the map. And still plenty of things to look at. Oh yes. Oh yes. There, we're back on the reading things. You can obviously activate that. There's a strange thing inside the... Oh, it's glitching a bit. Inside a cold room. I say cold room because it makes me sound smart. There's a door there.
Enter voice authorization now.
And I am going to leave it there. Because, that's what this game is about, discovery, and I can't show you too much. I just want to, whet your appetite in case you think it's the game for you. So I bought the first one myself for £5.79. It's currently out for £5.79. Oversight is now out for £7.19. I think there's a bundle on Steam, but I was happily received a key from Nilo Studios, so I didn't have to pay the £7.19. And you will. But yeah, so I haven't finished the second game yet, and I've certainly seen a few endings, but all I understand right now is that everything is completely contradictory, and there's possibly something very profound in the middle of the game, or not so profound. I don't know. There's still a sort of a little bit of the issue of where you feel like you're doing things because they're a groove to go down. So, here are 3 options for you to do things. You could do A, B, C, then you can do D and F, and you can choose different combinations of what you do in the game. And it just feels a little bit arbitrary to me, as opposed to deciding that, it's more of a, you get the key, go down the corridor, whatever, and you're just choosing random, twine hyperlinks, if you know what I mean. But it does require you to do a bit of thinking, and some of the options that are available to you, you don't know they're there because you haven't understood or read or looked closely enough. So it's a game that requires you need to take your time over it. You need to be patient, and just, go with the flow. And I kind of because I like the feeling of the game, I realise I look back at the first one more fondly now, that I can forgive that sort of, the bit I needed was out in the ARG somewhere. If you do remember, Asemblance actually had a big article on Kotaku about it, because I believe one of the guys, the first person who found the White Shift, was streaming at the time. And the White Shift was like the ultimate ending, sort of, which no one had got yet, and he got it live on Twitch. I think it was Twitch. And Kotaku wrote an article about it. So that is Asemblance and its sequel. So I hope I've shown you enough of it here to decide whether it might be your kind of thing. Not an incredibly long game, but will keep you occupied for quite a while reading the documentation and trying to piece together what seems to be a bunch of contradictory facts. Right, so we'll go on then to the final game. Let me put in to the chat the links for those. Okay, so there's Asemblance.com. That's the first episode, and the second one is with the main index page at the moment. So let us proceed now to Ian McLarty again. This is a Jumpgrid. Oh, it's loud to me. Jumpgrid. So this is pay what you want on itch.io, and I believe it's, I'm not sure if this is a jam game or just some small thing that Ian was working on, but it's kind of mental. So you are this thing in the middle. You just use the arrow keys. You just move like, jump like that. So you just have to collect all the cubes. Important thing is you can jump off the edges of the grid too. It wraps around, and then you go into the middle, and then so bear in mind this is flashy. Sorry, I should have warned you. It flashes a lot every time you die, and it's very it's obnoxious. So anyway, so I can jump over this and pick up the last few cubes and on to the next level. Here we go. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Now we have to think ahead. Okay, so this is a lot easier to cope with. Straightforward. Isn't too bad either. Marcus is saying he'll try Asemblance. It looks very intriguing. Right, easy peasy, right? Easy peasy. Whoa, get out of the way quickly. This game does not... Oh, whoa! Thank you. Okay, and then this is the first level where it really starts getting crazy, because it's very hard. I'm going to do this level for you guys. I'm going to do this for you. Oh, whoa, whoa. Whew. I love this level because it looks like you just get out of the way you just try and get out of the way of these diagonal barriers, and then yes, yes, yes. And then that happens, like there's no way getting through that. I love that. It's so comical. So you have to work at the top level first. Whew. Oh. Yes. Jump off the edge of the grid. There we go. Sorry, every time I've done this. Every time I've done this in practice, I never made it. Woo, first time. I've done it before, just not when I was practicing for this stream. Oh my god. Yes, yeah, if you want a break, stop playing. I played this, I think I went for like 20 minutes or something, and I felt like my brain was melting. You know, certainly don't play this if you've been drinking coffee. Oh, thank you. Back in. Yes, in. Oh. Well, I think that's quite enough Jumpgrid, because everybody's going to get quite sick watching me. Yes, stop. So at least this level you could stop and you're not going to get fried by doing nothing. But this actually takes a little bit of effort just to concentrate and get the right jumps. But I think I will stop there. I think that's enough for today. That is all the games I wanted to go through, which is actually a total of 8 games today. And I should give you, I'll come off that, I will give you the link in the chat to Ian McLarty's itch.io, where it is. So there you go, there is Jumpgrid. So that is pay what you want, which a lot of people read that as free. Those are the same number of letters but different ones. Anyway, So if you liked any of those games, please go and go and have a look at them, and don't watch any more streams or YouTubes. Just go and enjoy them. Apart from Endlight, which you can't enjoy, of course. Sorry about that. So I hope you had a good time. We only overran by 15 minutes, which is pretty good, I think. And hopefully I'll see you again next month with different games. So have a nice day, evening, morning, midnight, whatever time zone you're in. And I will now go off and do something completely different. Probably, I don't know, playing chess. Right, thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye for now.